Hey everybody, Miss Fuentes here. I'm going to teach you guys how to make this really interesting relief sculpture made out of just paper and glue. Alright, you need some scissors, you need 12-inch squares to put all your folds on, and you need 3-inch squares. Alright guys, first step in making your base for your relief sculpture is fold it like a hot dog and make sure the corners meet. Once the corners meet, you want to pinch it at the top so it's nice and stable while you crease it. It's very important you have a hard crease, or you won't be able to see the shapes after you're done folding. Then after you have the hot dog, you want to keep it closed like this, and then you're going to go ahead and turn it and fold like a hamburger. Boom. Crease it just like a boss. Make sure you press really hard, and then you're going to open it up this time. And as you can see, it looks like a diamond. I'm going to have this corner meet that corner, and after I fold that, I'll crease it, and then this corner will meet that corner. So let's go ahead and make these two corners meet. Use your hands and manipulate the paper. It might be a little bit of a struggle. You just have to keep your hand firmly pressed down and crease it. Alright, I got a nice hard crease there. It's looking good. And you see I got a little extra on the side. No big deal. I can just trim that off if I have some scissors in front of me, and which you all should. Alright, so that's nice and neat. Open it up. I have my line of symmetry here. I have to get this line of symmetry. So what I do is I get my wonderful diamond and I turn my diamond like that. And after I turn it, that's when I have these two corners meet again. So I go ahead, again, fighting the paper, make the paper submit to what you want it to do. And yes, I am folding it and it's following my direction, making sure I'm pressing hard. Awesome. I do, again, have some little extra right here. I'm going to trim that off nice and neatly here. And I am ready to start folding and arranging my radial balanced work of art using origami folds. This is a good start. You should be able to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 triangles that your folds will fit in. Alright guys, so the next step is to create these two origami folds. You're going to make the kite fold and the triangle fold. For the kite fold, we're going to go ahead, get our piece of 3-inch square and have the two corners on the ends of our diamond kind of fold over. And as I'm folding, I'm making sure my point kind of meets up right there, and then I pinch the top and then I crease with my other hand all the way down here. Just like that, making sure I'm pressing really hard. Alright, next thing I'm going to do is open it up. I can see my line of symmetry. Perfect. What I'll do is I'll have this corner meet in the center of that line of symmetry, and what I do is I use my thumb as kind of like a guide to keep it stable. I want to make sure this part is pointy, and I'll keep my thumb and have my other hand kind of like play around with it and make sure it goes right in the center, and it does. Perfect. I have to go right in the middle where that line of symmetry was. Then the next part, you have this little corner meet in the center just like the other. Just go the opposite direction, and boom, it looks like it goes right in the center. Oh, look, you see it's kind of messed up here. That means I need to use my finger to keep the point. Alright, so you're going to run into these kind of problems with origami paper because it's not really easy to fold paper. You just have to manipulate it and try your best. Alright, so looks like I'm done with the kite fold. The kite fold's really fun to put into your project. If you choose to have the kite fold in your project, you'll need 8 of these to go directly, and this to point directly to the center, and they have to fit perfectly inside of your triangles that you created in your background. Now, if you like that, also don't forget you can play around with the folds and the flaps to recreate whatever kind of fold you want. That's when you get really unique and creative, and make sure you repeat if you're going to make this into your project. Alright, so the next fold, go ahead and get another piece of paper. This fold is called the triangle fold. It's really easy. What you do is you fold your paper like a hot dog, make sure the corners meet, and it's nice and neat, and it's creased nice and hard, just like that. Alright, now I have the flaps. The flaps are always facing at the top, so you have some folds to play around with when it's time to design. With the flaps being at the top, make sure they are, you have this corner meet in the middle of your hot dog. So here's the corner. I'm going to bring it down towards the middle. I pinch it until I see that this side is nice and pointy, and I just go ahead and crease it as I find out how pointy and neat and organized that is. Perfect. Now, as you can see, this folded over to make a little triangle. I now made a square, and if you can see a square next to your triangle, that means you folded it right. If you don't see a square and it looks like a lopsided kind of hexagon or who knows what, that means you didn't fold it right. So make sure it turns into a triangle when you do your first fold. Alright, now the second step for this is, boom, go ahead, or this is more the third step, I don't know. You just go ahead and make sure you're using your hand to, pinch and manipulate, and you just go ahead and pinch. There you go. You've got your triangle fold. This is very simple, and this fold is nice because you only need 4 of them to do your center. Make sure when you glue it down, you glue on the back of the flat surface and you have the flaps facing up, and then you go ahead and glue. All you need is 4 of these and they should fit perfectly inside of your shapes, just like that. And make sure they're the same color because you are making a radial balanced work of art, all right? So those are your 2 folds. Have fun with it, choose what you want, and you'll see how I manipulate and create and glue. But what we really need to make sure is that when you get your glue, you glue on the back of your origami paper, not the front. The front is with the flap. So always remember you're gluing on the back and you have it nice and neat glued on. All right, so pay attention. Let's see how I do it. Check it out. Look at the relief sculpture, radial balance. Have fun with it. I'll see you later.